Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to another episode of Daily Tonic in the World right here on GC Creative, and I remain your humble host, Daniel Yasharala. And today we are embarking from where we stopped yesterday. That's the book of Shofetiym, the book of Judges. And we are taking from chapter 9 going straight down to chapter 12. And it says, and Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spoke of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal Berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the son of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of the Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that Elohim may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. And they said unto the olive tree, Reign over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor Elohim and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the tree said to the fig tree, Come and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheers Elohim and man, and go be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedar of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, in that ye have made Abimelech king, and if ye have dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and ye have done unto him according to the deserving of his hand. Remember, it was the same person that helped them to escape and be saved from those wicked kings. Now they end up killing him and his 70 sons. They dealt with him badly. Let's go on. For my father fought for you and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of the Midian. And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 persons, upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his maid servant. Imagine, Abimelech was even the son, a child to a servant, will end up killing his master and the sons of his master. To prove to you that you can, later because Sirach chapter 6 verse 7 says, if you will get a friend, prove him first. Abimelech have lived with them for years, but still yet, look at what Abimelech did to them. He was able to kill them all. Why? Because he already know everything about that house. That's why he was able to kill 70 men with just one stone. Let's keep reading. And he had risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 persons, upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his maid servant, king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. Sentiment is coming in. If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice ye Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Milo, and let fire come down out of the men of Shechem and from the house of Milo and devour Abimelech. Let's keep pushing. And Jotham ran away and fled and went to Beer and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his brother. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Yasharel, then Elohim sent an evil ruach between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. So who told you that Yahweh don't know about those evil ruach dealing with people? Why you see some people who claim to be awakened, but yet they have some demonic ruach in them. It was actually not their fault. It was because they themselves, they gave themselves up to be blank, to be available. That was why those evil ruach saw them as a good dwelling place. Verse 24. That the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the top of the mountain, and they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech, and Gaal the son of Ebed came with his brethren and went over Shechem, and the men of Shechem put their confidence in him, and they went out into the field and gathered their vineyards and trod the grapes and made merry, and went into the house of their Elohim, their idols, and did eat and drink, and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal, son of Ebed, said, who is Abimelech, and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not the son of Jerubbaal, the Zevul, and Zevul is officer, serve the men of Kamor, the father of Shechem. For why should we serve him? And would to Elohim, these people were under my hand. Then would I remove Abimelech. And he said unto Abimelech, increase your army and come out. And when Zevul and the ruler of the city were in the days of Gahal, the sons of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privately, saying, Behold, Gaal the son of Ebed and his brethren have come to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against you. Now therefore, up by night, and you and the people that is with you, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, you shall rise early and set upon the city. Behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against you, then may you do to them as you shall find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by the night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 company. And Gaal the son of Ebed went out and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there come people from the top of the mountain. And Zebul said unto him, You see the shadow of the mountain, as if they are men. And Gaal spoke again and said, See, there come people down in the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Meonenim. And then said Zebul unto him, What is now your mouth, wherewith you said, Who is Abimelech, that he should serve him? Is not this the people that you have despised? Go out, I pray you now, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him. And many were overthrown, and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt in Arumah. And Zebul thrust out Gaal and his brother, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech, and the people, and he took the people and divided them into three companies, and laid wait on the field, and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city, and he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the field and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city in that day, and he took the city and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city and sold it with salt. Verse 46. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the El Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech got him up to Mount Salmon, and he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bough from the tree, and took it and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people I said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, make haste and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set the hold on fire. upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem also died also, about 1,000 men and women. And then went Abimelech to Tebeth, and encamped against Tebeth, and took it. But there was a stronghold within the city, and whither fled all the men and women, and all the of the city, and shot it to them, and got them up to the top of the tower. 52. And Abimelech came unto the tower and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of milestone under Abimelech's head, and it came to pass, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young man, his hammer bearer, and said unto him, draw your sword and slay me, that men see not me, a woman slew me. And his young man trusted him through, and he died. And when the men of Yasharel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Then thus Elohim rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father, in slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did Elohim render under his head, and upon them came the curses of Jotham, the son of Avahel, of Jerubbaal. Now we're in chapter 10. And after Abimelech, there arose to defend Yasharel, Tola the son of Pua, and the son of Dodu, and a man of Jishaka. And he dwelt in Shamir in Mount Ephraim, and he judged Yasharel 23 years, and died, and was buried in Shamir. And after him arose Yair, a Giladi, and judged Yasharel 22 years. And he had 30 sons that rode on 30 ass colts, and they had 30 cities, which are called Kavoth Yair unto this day, which is upon the land of Gilead. And Gair died, and was buried in Carmel. And the people of Yasharel did evil against the sight of Yahuwah, and served Baalim and Ashtaroth, and the Elohim of Aram, and the Elohim of Sidon, and the Elohim of Moab, and the Elohai of the children of Ammon, and the Elohai of the Pelishtim, and forsook Yahuwah, and forsook and served not him. And the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Yasharel, and he sold them into the hands of the Pelishtim, and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they vexed and oppressed the children of Yasharel 18 years. All the years of Yasharel were on the other side of the land of the Amorim. On the other side of the Yarden, in the land of the Amorim, which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over the Yarden to fight also against Yehuda, and against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Yasharel was sore distressed. And the children of Yasharel cried unto Yahuwah, saying, We have sinned against you, both because we have forsaken our Elohim, and also have served Baalim. And Yahweh said unto the children of Yasharel, Did not I deliver you from Mishraim, and the Amorim, and the children of Ammon, and from the Pelishtim, the Sidonim also, and the Amalekim and the Maonim did oppress you, and cry and which to me, and I delivered you out of their hands. Yet ye have forsaken me, and served other Elohim. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. And go and cry unto the Elohim which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And the children of Yasharel said unto Yahuwah, we have sinned. Do unto us whatsoever seems good to you, and deliver us only, we have prayed this day. And they put away the strange Elohai from among them, and served Yahuwah, and his soul was grieved in the mystery of the seal. Wow. Now we are in verse 17. The children of Ammon and encamped in Gilead, and the children of Yasharel assembled themselves together and encamped in Mizpah. And the people and the princes of Gilead said one to another, what man is it that shall go and fight? What man is he that will begin to fight against children of Ammon? He shall be head over the inhabitants of Gilead. Wow. Just look at that. They were rebellious, but Yah keep always answering them to spare them, sending a conqueror, sending a redeemer.
For sponsorship and advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. So let us take it on the other segment, the latter part of this episode of the show. So we are embarking on chapter 11, which will be the second to last chapter for today. Now, Yiftach, the Gileadi, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot. And Gilead begat Yiftach, and Gilead's woman bore him sons, and his women's sons grew up. And they thrust out Yiftach, and said unto him, you shall not inherit in our father's house, for you are a son of a strange woman. Then Yiftach fled from his brethren, and dwelt in the land of Tob, and there were gathered vain men to Yiftach, and went out with him. And it came to pass in the process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Yasharel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Yasharel, and the elders of Gilead went to fetch Yiftach out of the land of Tob, and they said unto him, Yiftach, come and be our captain. that we may fight with the children of Ammon. And Shofetiym said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not ye hate me, and expelled me out of my father's house? And why are ye come unto me now, when you are in distress? And the elders of Gilead said unto Shofetiym, Therefore we turn again to you now, that you may go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Shofetiym said unto the elders of Gilead, If ye bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and Yahweh deliver them before me, shall I be your head? And the elders of Gilead said unto Shofetiym, Yahweh be witness between us, if we do not so according to your word. Then Shofetiym went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Shofetiym uttered all his words before Yahweh in Mizpah. And Shofetiym sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What have you to do with me, that you are come against me to fight in my land? And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messenger of Shofetiym, Because Yasharel took away my land, when they came up out of Mizraim, and Arnon, and from Arnon even unto Yabok, and unto the Yarden. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably. And Shofetiym sent messengers again to the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, Thus says Shofetiym, Yasharel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Yasharel came out of Mizraim, and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Yasharel sent messenger unto the king of Edom, saying, Let me, I pray you, pass through your land. But the king of Edom would not hearken thereto. And in like manner they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent. And Yasharel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness, and compassed the land of Edom in the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched in the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. You see that? And Yasharel sent messenger to Sihon, king of the Amorim, and the king of Heshbon. And Yasharel said unto him, Let us pass, we pray you, through your land in your place, into my place. And Sihon trusted not Yasharel to pass through his coast, but Sihon gathered all his people together, and pitched in Yahatz, and fought against Yasharel. And Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hands of Yasharel, and they smote them. So Yasharel possessed the land, all the land of the Amorim, the inhabitants of that country. And they possessed all the coast of the Amorim, from Arnon even unto Yabok, and from the wilderness even unto the Yarden. So now Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel has dispossessed the Amorim from before his people Yasharel. And should you possess it, will not you possess that which Komesh your Elohim give you to possess? So whomsoever Yahuwah Elohim shall drive out from before us, them will we possess. And now are you anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Yasharel, or did he ever fight against them? While Yasharel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aroer and her town, and in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time? Wherefore I have not sinned against you, but you do me wrong to war against me. Yahuwah the judge be judged this day between the children of Yasharel and the children of Ammon. Howbeit the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Shofetiym which he sent him. Then the Ruach Yahuwah came upon Yiftach, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed unto the children of Ammon. And Yiftach vowed a vow unto Yahuwah and said, If you shall without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hand, then it shall be that whatsoever comes forth of the door of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be Yahuwah's, and I will offer it up for an ascending smoke offering. So Yiftach passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yahuwah delivered them into his hand, and he smote them from Aroer even till you come to Minith, even 20 cities, and even Avel Keramim, with a very great slaughter. Thought the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Yasharel. And Yiftach came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrel and with dance, and she was his Yakida. For those who don't know what the word Yakida means, Yakida actually means a beloved child, maybe the only child that he might have. Beside her, he had neither sons nor daughter. Do you see that? And it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you are one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto El Yahuwah, and I cannot go back. And she said unto him, My father, if you have opened your mouth unto El Yahuwah, do to me according to that which has proceeded out of your mouth. For as much as Yahuwah has taken vengeance for you of your enemies, even the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. And he said, Go. And he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed, and she knew no man. And it was a custom in Yasharel that the daughters of Yasharel went yearly to lament the daughter of Yiftach, and the Gileadi, 4 days in a year. Look at what happened there. He was hoping that when he come back from the battle, that luckily it might be his dog, it might be his donkey, it might be anything that's like a livestock that he will see first when they get back home. His greatest surprise, it was his own daughter. It was his own daughter that came out first unto him, and he has no option. Even the daughter himself told him, that do to me as you have said unto Yahuwah. Truth it is not going to be easy, because that's the only child he has. The last chapter for today, chapter 12. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward, and said unto Yiftach, Wherefore passed you over to fight against the children of Ammon, and did not call us to go with you? We will burn your house upon you with fire. And Yiftach said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon. And when I call you, ye deliver me not out of their hands. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands, and passed over against the children of Ammon, and Yahuwah delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day? to fight against me. You see that? They were the same people that we are afraid to go and fight, that went to go and call Shofetiym to come and fight for them. Now the battle has been conquered. He has sacrificed his daughter. And now say, how did you pass by the whatever and never called us? The same coward that chose never to go to war, but went to go and call to come and fight for them. And now they want to pass blame on him. Then Shofetiym gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadim are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites, among the Ephraim, sorry, and among the Menashe. Imagine, they were the one that are now calling their own brothers, they are calling them bastards, that they are fugitives, they are vagabonds. And that makes it become a war between Shofetiym and his own kindred, which they killed and blood was spilled. Verse 5, and Gileadim took the passengers of the Yarden, took the passages of the Yarden before the Ephraim, and it was so that when those Ephraim which were escaped said, Let me go over, that the man of Gilead said unto me, Are ye Ephraim? If he said nay, then said they unto him, Say now Shibboleth. And he said Sibboleth, for he would not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passage of the Yarden, and there fell at that time as the Ephraim 42,000. Imagine. They never followed him to war. They ended up coming back to run their mouth. And at the end of the day, 42,000 souls were lost just because of their mouth. Verse 7. And Shofetiym judged Yasharel 6 years, then died Shofetiym the Gilead, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him, Ifstan of Beth-Lechem judged Yasharel. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters. Wow. Whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Yasharel 7 years. And then died Ifstan, and was buried in Beth-Lechem, and after him Elon is Zebuluni, judged Yasharel, and he judged Yasharel 10 years, and Elon the Zebuluni died and was buried in Ayalon in the country of Zebulun. And after him Avdon, the son of Hillel, a Pirathoni, judged Yasharel, and he had 40 sons and 30 nephews that rode on 70 ass colts. And he judged Yasharel 8 years. And Avdon, the son of Hillel, the Pirathoni, died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekim. Wow. Can you now see that? Truth be told, after the time of the prophet, after the time of Moshe, from Moshe jumping down to the time of the priest, afterward they start misbehaving, that Yahweh start giving them judges to just oversee them. Because actually, once they have a free hand, they always misbehave. With this, I want us all to take this home, that we pray that Yahweh help us out not to be rebellious as our forefathers. So, like you all know, I remain your humble host, and the first now Yasharala, and with this I say shalom and bye for now.